Chapter 7, Civic Engagement. Why do we teach civic engagement? Why do we deal with it so much in communication? Um, One of the driving forces, to be honest with you, is Dr. Gibson, because she believes sincerely that if students are involved in the community, and they will make a better community, they will make better citizens. And what's the role that you have? Well, you build relationships. And many of you have hopefully a desire to get a job when you leave here. And in the different classes in communication, when you are given the opportunity to do some sort of civic engagement through the in-page center or through your class, you will build relationships. Many of our students have gotten jobs based on connections that they made when they were a student in a project for an organization. It empowers your voice. It allows you to connect with the community and create an identity. I'm sure there are many things that you feel that are wrong with Columbus or whatever community you happen to be in, since this is an online class. And by becoming engaged in the community, it gives you a voice. You know, you might think often that this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, but never do anything about it, or not really know who to talk to. And the great thing about civic engagement is it empowers your voice, because you know now through your networking who you can talk to about this problem and what can be done to make it better. One thing that I did at the main campus of CSU, and when I was a student, was that I'm handicapped, as you all know. I'm blind, I don't drive, but there are handicapped spots and then faculty spots and then student spots for the back. Well, a handicapped student, a handicapped faculty member can park in handicap or in faculty. At that time, a handicapped student, somebody with a handicap placard, could only park in handicap parking or in student parking. Well, if there were no handicap parking available, a lot of them, it was too far for them to walk from the student parking lot. So I raised a fuss and got them to make an exception. If a student car, student sticker, parking sticker, had a handicap placard, they could park in faculty parking, because if it was the closest available slot. Not a lot, not a lot to many people, but it made a difference to those people. And what brought that all about, to be honest with you, was one night my son came to pick me up, and I was inside, it was dark, and he parked in handicap parking, didn't have a placard, and he got a ticket. And so we went to the police station and said, look, you know, I'm blind. He was there to pick me up. He had to come inside and get me. They tore the ticket up. But then I started looking at what was going on and how parking affected people with handicap. It allows you to discover your voice. You know, a lot of us come to college and don't really know what we want to be when we grow up. And, you know, I was 40 years old when I came back to college after I got out of the Army. And I really didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. And they made me take this public speaking class. And I said, I don't need that. I've had it before, and I taught and everything else. No, you have to have it. And I'm glad they did, because it allowed me to see where I wanted to go. So I found myself through college. And a lot of times it allows you to find your voice. You know, there may be something that you're worried about but not real passionate about, but when you find out more about it, it allows you to discover your voice and say, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to talk about. This is what I need to do. So learning from this course and others, you know, I tell people that in public speaking that if I would taught math or science, I'd be teaching you formulas. If I taught history, I'd be teaching you numbers or dates. And I may have told this to you before. I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But in public speaking, I have to teach you to believe in yourself. because a lot of you have some great ideas out there, but you don't know how to express them. And this course in civic engagement hopefully will allow you to discover your voice. You can learn from this course and other opportunities you have to speak up on things that are important to you. And hopefully it'll allow you to plug into your community. Um, Find places that you can be active in your community and make it a better place. Now, one of the greatest advantages you have in civic engagement and communication is it allows you to build your resume. If you are working for Pause and you create a PR platform for them, a PR program for them, you can put that in your resume. And something that I have done. When the biggest problem college students have is when they graduate, they've got all kinds of education but no experience. So take the opportunities that you're presented during the civic engagement portions of your classes to build a resume that will help you get hired wherever you want to get hired. I mean, because it's pretty much the objective is you want to get a job when you leave here. I don't think many of you want to continue at your current job, although I may be wrong. There may be many of you that love what you're doing, and as soon as college is over, you plan on keeping on that path. That's fine, but it will help you to progress in that path as well. So civic engagement is something that, in my opinion, can help you more than many of your other classes. Now, don't get me wrong, I use the Pythagorean theorem that I learned a long, long time ago when I'm building things, because I want to make sure that I have a square corner. There's a lot of things that I learned that I use, but I think learning and discovering my voice through community engagement and civic engagement has allowed me to grow more. So that's chapter 7. Both of them are short, both of them are sweet. They mean a lot. I think that you can actually get more from that particular portion of your education than you can many other things. So that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.